Come on. Enter the orbit, quickly. Right. Juantama is a small, broiling terrestrial world. Its thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane is being steadily blown off by powerful solar wind from the star Farentina. The surface is scorching hot and mainly composed of sulfur with deposits of copper. Its density is low enough to leave the world tidally locked to Farenita. The New Alliance Defense Data Network notes that several ships have been spotted cruising near Juantama with transponders turned off. While an Alliance patrol attempted to pursuit of one, the unidentified vessel rabbited to FDL. Its trail was lost when it obscured its light trace in confusion of signals along with the Anashi Ishtar shipping lane. Alright, no clues as to what we might find here from that. But if ships are hanging around, there must be, I don't know, maybe relics or something? Oh! Actually got an Alliance frigate. Not bad. Yeah. Investigate! Good, thank you. Now, run. Get out of the system, Shepard. Well, Joker, I says. Joker and Edie. Whichever one's doing most of the piloting. I think it's Joker. Edie just helps. That's not to say that she couldn't fly the ship on her own. I think it was explained in Mass Effect 2 that she could do it just fine, but she prefers a bit of the old human randomness.
Signal confirmed.
Alright, what do we got here in Kohei? Kohei is a terrestrial planet whose surface is mainly composed of aluminium, with numerous deposits of calcium. Though it has enough mass to retain a dense atmosphere, Kohei is clearly nearly a vacuum. This lack of atmosphere allows a moderate average temperature, but the differences between day and night are extreme. The surface of Kohei's sunward-facing side is usually covered by a haze of volatiles, mainly water vapor and carbon dioxide, which return to the ground as frost over the course of the long cold night. The Surtur Foundation has established a research outpost on Kohei to investigate the native subterranean life of Kohei, which shows incredible resilience to extremes of heat and cold. Alright, so I'm gonna get myself a fireproof dog. Nah, just some credits. Who even cares? Come on! I demand better plunder. I'm gonna die. Normandy, you've got to speed up. Or at least we found the other thing just before we went. So, load? Yep. I'm sorry. This is maybe not the most exciting thing. Yeah, I took a chance, alright? I took a gamble. I was like, maybe this will make for a good video. Instead of me doing all of this, you know, instead of me just doing all this without them being able to see, maybe it will be good for them. But no, it wasn't. But you just have to accept that making Let's Plays is all about experimentation. It's all about just hitting that record button and seeing what happens. And sometimes what happens is gold. Sometimes what happens is, I don't know, rusty copper. I think we're seeing a bit of rusty copper right now, but things should brighten up soon. See what I did there? Let's get out of this system. Alright, and I have 100% of the assets, and I think that was pretty much the largest system ever. Oh yeah, and wanted here as well. So let's relay it up. Where can we go now? So Kite's Nest. Kite's Nest. Let's go to Kite's Nest. Shabamzels. Unless... is Kite's Nest where Monet is? Nah. Oh, Karshan?
I found something.
Ah. Karshan, the Batarian homeworld, is wrapped less in mystery than in outright lies. Batarian propaganda claims the world has 15 billion inhabitants and an economy that rivals the Asari. Although the legal slave trade does boost the Batarians' profits somewhat, Citadel sanctions have left a paper tiger of an empire. One that fights rivals through deniable terrorist actions rather than the wars of its heyday centuries ago. The Reapers will likely be the death blow to that empire. Almost no information has escaped Karshan since the Reapers destroyed the Kombuis, but Batarian refugees say that resistance has created a bond among the commoners. If a new government can rise from the ashes, that bond may sustain a new Batarian society. Nifty! Let's see what Karshan left behind. Pillars of Strength. I know what they're for. They are for a quest. So there you go. Preemptively solved a quest before I even got to the quest. And that is what you want out of life. But what I want out of life is to get these last 2 bits without being killed by Reapers. So, Verush is a hydrogen-helium gas giant named for an ancient Batarian monarch whose empire spanned continents. He had such a penchant for mating that 0.6% of modern Batarians claim to trace their lineage to him. The planet's moons are named after his many recognized wives. The largest, Byra, concealed Prothean ruins that helped the Batarians develop FTL travel. It is a Batarian point of pride that since the ruins were damaged by earthquakes, they had less information to go on than other spacefaring species. The Reapers have destroyed all obvious military outposts in Verity's orbit. The Batarians' notorious secrecy, however, may have allowed concealed subterranean facilities on Verity's moons to survive. Well, it sounds like all the good stuff is in the moons, but we're clearly scanning the planet. I wonder if we're actually getting something on the planet, or if that's just a gameplay story discrepancy. Weapon upgrade kit. Sounds like something we got from one of the moons, to be honest. I mean, it's a gas giant. Can you even... No, I don't... Nothing can be on a gas giant, right? Because it's made of gas. There's no solid ground until you get to, like, the core. I don't want to risk my horrible ignorance. I don't know what gas giants are, okay? What are they? What do they do? How do they exist? Don't worry, I'm not quite that clueless, but... Couldn't tell you about the, about the feasibility of finding a weapons upgrade kit on the surface of one. Anyway, Adek is a brutally hot and wet garden world covered with molds and lichen analogues. It has many viruses and bacteria lethal to Batarian physiology. The hegemony colonized Adek early in its expansion, but few of the colonies wanted to stay because they all died. The result was domination by a class of landed slave owners. A small cadre of well-paid engineers and skilled labourers kept the planet's mechs and infrastructure functioning. Alliance estimates put the planet's Batarian population at just over 6 million, but that number has likely fallen since the Reapers arrived, to about 10. Okay. Oh my god. No. We can't get any higher than this. What are you doing? What's going on? I don't know what was going on there, but whatever was going on, it went on. So... Oh, credits! I don't care! Just give me something to sing about, please! Alright, so credits and fuel, that was just... We don't even care about Untriel. But that's... We're done with the Kite's Nest. At least we got a quest item here, so... That'll save me running around for later. Yes, it will. Oh ho ho. Right. So we don't want to do that yet because it's a proper quest. You see what I'm doing? Alright. So done there. Those flashing things, they're proper quests. I'm avoiding the proper quests until all the boring shit is out the way. And I think the boring shit is out the way. So, I want to do this one next. Sigurd's Cradle. Get this Cerberus lab. Whapam, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Do we have anything in Skeptis?
I found something.
Elementary, my dear Watson, is known in human media for 2 things: its spectacular tides brought upon by a large moon, and the bureaucratic snafu over which Earth nations got to settle there first. Watson is a garden world first discovered in 2165 CE, with the credit claimed by the Chinese People's Federation, the United North American States, and the European Union. The Systems Alliance brokered the infamous Reykjavik Compromise, allowing limited colonization from each coalition in cities comprised of populations from each nation. Watson itself trends colder than Earth, with a temperature zone measuring about 30 degrees latitude in either direction from the equator. Its life does not easily map to Earth's evolutionary eras. Some islands have species that resemble terrestrial placental mammals, others are overrun by anthropods. It is estimated that at least 2 more generations of xenozoologists will be needed to properly classify all the species of the planet. Are you allowed to sort of go and colonize and live on planets that already have an ecosystem of their own? Because isn't that going to, like, disrupt this entire planet's evolutionary process and possibly stop sentient beings from developing in the future? I don't know how it works, but I don't know. Javelin missile launchers. Sounds good to me. Sounds like those nations really were sort of a bit heated with one another. Now, the worst thing about a giant system like this is you just don't know where the other thing is. So you've got to scan over and over again. Oh, yes. We are actually not going to die. That is always good. So out of here we go.
Evasion successful.
On to Decorus. Do 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 do. I don't think there's going to be anything here because...
Signal confirmed.
Well, shut me up and call me a llama. There's something here. Anyway. Liena, cloaked, is a methane-clouded hothouse planet. Its lack of a metal-rich core and significant magnetosphere allows for an easy scan, which reveals mining equipment on its surface. It can be deduced that this mining occurred within the last 5 years. Any longer, and the machines would have been worn down to nothing by the excessive heat and dust storms of hot iron oxide. Alright, so we're going to get some mining equipment, I take it. It better not just be money. It's money. It's just money. Ugh. Get me out of here. Alright, let's go stop this Cerberus lab from doing its Cerberus stuff.